Among the treasures at the Alkazi collection of photography is a rare album that has not been seen by the public or analyzed by scholars of photography or by historians of India. Its title is Collections of Photographs of Old Congress Party. The words K.L. Nursey on the album's spine may suggest the name of the owner of the album or its collector or its commissioner. This is yet to be determined in the course of this historical research project. The album takes us into the civil disobedience movement as it unfolded on the streets of Bombay and its surrounding areas. The album begins in early April 1930 with the commencement of the Salt Satyagraha and ends in late August 1931 when Gandhi left Bombay for London to attend the Second Round Table Conference. Carefully preserved and meticulously captioned photographs, some 245 of them, take us into the heart of the action. Taken by an as yet unidentified photographer, and we think that this is the work of a single photographer, these black and white photographs give us a feel for the energy and enthusiasm of civil disobedience some 100 years later.
The photographs reintroduce us to the keen organizational work of noted Bombay-based political figures like Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay, Yusuf Meher Ali, and Leelavati Munshi. But in some of the most compelling photographs in this collection, the camera distances itself from prominent leaders and instead focuses on ordinary people, especially women. We see them participating in public events and actively transforming the streets of Bombay into sites of anti-colonial and nationalist assertion. There is a particularly remarkable series of images from October 1930 of one of the flag salutation days being celebrated by the Bombay Provisional Congress. Here, the photographer captures a tug of war between female volunteers and British police officers at the Azad Maidan. One of these women, a young 16-year-old Sophia Somji, refuses to let go of the flag despite the brute force of raining lathis on display around her. The members of a newly found women's wing of freedom fighters, the Desh Sevikas, are one of the protagonists in this album. We see them marching in processions around the city and leading the boycotting and picketing in Bombay market areas. The album visualizes a new chapter in the women's history of India for its viewers. The collection also speaks to contemporary politics in India. It historicizes the cultures of resistance on Indian streets and modes of state violence, as witnessed very recently in the months before the COVID-19 pandemic. The photographer, for example, captures police brutality in powerfully composed images of lathi charges, and we see nationalists practicing the Gandhian gospel.
We see this project as an exercise in public visual humanities. Our goal as academic historians is eventually to produce a digitally curated exhibit, making visible for a contemporary audience a set of images from the height of the anti-colonial movement in British India. In doing so, and with the help of the camera, we bring into focus the transformation of one of British India's largest cities and its commercial hub into a hot spot of Gandhian-style civil disobedience. The curatorial impulse behind this project is guided by an interest in rethinking modes of historical scholarship from a visual point of view. We ask if an alternative history of the civil disobedience movement emerges when we take to the streets of Bombay with a camera in hand.